Canti check.
Hello, hello, it is me. Hello.
Tox check.
What's good? What's good?
Snorlax check.
Aye, Captain.
All right, and let's run it.
Yeah, tears on my cheeks, put me to sleep. Losing them now. Yeah.
Fucking. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, he needs to drink the water. So
You're drinking the smart.
bro, he ate Panda Express.
Smart water.
Oh damn.
Panda Express only gotta be good in Ohio because there's no way that shit is.
It is only good in Ohio. I've had it everywhere else. It's terrible. It is only good in Ohio.
There's no way it's good everywhere.
I need to try it in Ohio, bro.
But yeah. Welcome everyone to the newest podcast episode. What is it? Episode 19.
Yep.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But welcome in everybody. It's me, your boy Calm. We got Canti, Tox, Snorl, the classic people here. We're gonna be talking about some Tekken today. If you're here and you haven't liked already, you might as well do that. You also should. You should also subscribe. But yeah, let's get it.
All right, so I was gonna compliment Colin about doing the intro, and then that happened. I mean, it's 7 out of 10. It's not bad.
That's what I was aiming for.
All right, well, it was good, yo. It was popping. Sorry that we missed last week, last week. Yeah, you know how it is. Some of these niggas are just too busy, so it'd be like that. It is what it is. But yeah, second episode. This episode is, it comes out the week that me and Calm are gone, so expect no episode next week because we won't be around to record one anyways. But I mean, we'll share our experience, me and Calm, while we're in Cali with all the homies and all that stuff. And Tox can talk about work because he's been working a lot. So you see his face, he's like, I fucking hate it, bro. He's like, the only good part about working is getting my money.
Pretty much.
Felt that.
But yeah, y'all know what time it is. It is the song of the day. If you don't know what it is, song of the day is basically we all pick a song that we've been vibing to, be listening to. We say it. You hear a little bit of it in the background. Maybe see if you fuck with it. If you not, all the songs are down in the description. Regardless, after the episode, you want to check them out, go ahead, check it out because we all got good music takes. So start off with Canti.
Actually, yeah, I got a new favorite song. Shout out to Calm because he sent me this album. It's by Lamp. That's the band, and the song I am addicted to right now is hopefully I said this right, is Toshi no Aki. That is one of my favorite songs right now from that album. It's a bop. It's just fun to listen to, and I love it. This album's pretty old too, which is funny. But yeah, that's my favorite song right now of the day. I've been listening to that shit on repeat for these last couple days.
A Canadian, you got a song?
I do. I mean, y'all know the new Creed 3 movie that came out, and Dreamville was on the production for the soundtrack. And one of the songs I've been bumping recently from them is "In the Room" by Dreamville, JID, Tierra, Whack, BJ, the Chicago Kid, and a couple other people. But yeah, that one's been a bop as recently. And I haven't seen the movie yet, but I need to see it because of this soundtrack.
That's pretty fair. Going to a movie for the soundtrack. I mean, a lot of movies nowadays you expect a good soundtrack. Even unexpected movies had like really good soundtracks. Like some animated movies, you watch them and you're like, oh, it's a nice little story. And then you listen to the music and you're like, wait, hold on, this shit kind of slaps. So yeah, Creed having good music, I don't doubt it because Rocky movies have good music in the first place. So,
always have.
Yeah, and even the other past Creed movies have had like really good songs that I feel like are intentional to make you like want to work out and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
that's really smart of them. I fuck with it. I haven't seen the movie either, but I know it's a banger. So, but we'll see if I like it more than the other two because I really do like Creed 1. Creed 1 is really, really good. So.
Apparently, it's already going to be out on digital, like right away.
Jeez.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing.
Well, I was just surprised because I figured that movie was gonna stay in theater because if it's it's blowing up, it's doing its thing.
Nah.
Then they kind of leave it in theaters for a little.
No,
bit.
yeah, there's something wrong with that.
And there was some weird feedback coming from Creed 3 too that people were saying that it wasn't like some people, like the critics were saying that it wasn't like a full standing, like everyone was like ecstatic about it. Some people were kind of like, it fell short of some expectations, but I don't know. It just felt weird that it recently came out in theaters and
It's
now
a
it's
month later.
already coming out onto digital. So
Yeah, maybe they were getting too much, like, not negative feedback, but like feedback that was like not overwhelmingly positive. Maybe they're just pissed off. I mean, more movies come out digital anyways. That's just what's happening. But yeah, this is kind of too soon.
No, probably what happened was probably not enough people went to see it initially, because that's usually when
probably.
they're just like, yeah, just throw it on digital.
Yeah. I mean, they can still make money off it on digital. It's just, I think it's harder to track. So,
That's true.
but I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. I mean, if I like it, I like it. You know, like, I'm not gonna have people sway me how I think of a movie. So,
Right.
yeah, but do you got a song of the day?
I do have a song of the day. My song of the day is "Get Right" by AshZone. It's funny because I heard it on a TikTok, like most music I hear nowadays. Unfortunately, I hate social media, but TikTok just is like, it's in me. So yeah, AshZone made this song called "Get Right," and it's very Jet Set Radio-esque. And he's an animator, an artist, and he was just like, I also make music for fun. And it's funny because if you look at the cover, it just looks like me when I had hair. So it was that was just really funny to me.
When you had hair?
Had longer hair. You
had
fucking-
hair? The hell's on your head right
Good
now?
lord.
You the one.
This is a hat. Fucking.
What's right behind you?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my song of the day.
Okay. You know what's crazy? I heard about they're gonna get rid of TikTok in the US because of
Actually, at the
It's-
barbershop. We're just wondering.
it's supposedly like data security, like trouble or something like that.
They've been on that since pre-COVID.
Yeah. But I think now it's actually going in effect. Because people there was some creators on like Instagram that I follow that are like got big on TikTok, but that they were like, oh, they're gonna shut down. Like actually, like now it's an actual like scare for some people because it's like they're actually gonna go through it, and I'm just like, well, that's unfortunate because some people actually started there, and more people have been having problems on TikTok in the first place. So, which I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get political, but I mean. I think people's concerns are valid, but deleting the entire app is kind of a stretch.
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all heard about it. Because their reasoning makes sense, but like not enough sense to warrant banning it in America.
Yeah.
They don't have enough actual foolproof evidence to sustain their claims that they've been making.
Yeah.
They all it is allegations. That's all it's ever been since pre-COVID is allegations towards the app. There's been no evidence sustaining any of their claims on anything that they've been pushing.
Yeah, but
So
the
it's
thing
kinda
is,
weird.
what they're stating is that all of their all of the government employees keep installing TikTok on their work phones, and all they'll do is just watch TikTok. And they're like, you guys need to work and not be watching TikToks. And they're like, oh, TikTok tracks your data? We're gonna ban that shit off your government phones. And so now they're just like, but people keep finding ways to watch TikToks on their government jobs. So they're like, we're getting rid of it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it is a problem that people are on TikTok a lot. Like, their average hours per day and / per month is kind of a little too high than most, like YouTube and all that other shit. But I mean, it is the social media that people just sink into. Like, remember when people used to just nonstop be on like Vine and shit? Like,
Vine,
that app had
Instagram,
so much
Twitter.
traction. Yeah, before Instagram became fucking dog water. Instagram
Every
used to
social
have
media
so
app.
much traction. Yeah, I mean, people are on Twitter a lot too, but I mean, people are like going off and on it because it's becoming, I don't know, worse, but it is just like a less fun of a place. than it used to be.
Mhm.
Because all these people want to like make these social media apps like profitable. I'm like, dude, they're a social media app. Get over it. Like,
The whole workplace thing, that doesn't sound like a everybody problem. That
yeah,
sounds
that's
like a
a few
them
Exactly.
selfish
problem.
people.
That's why I'm
And
like, I get it,
that
but that's
rule
y'all
is
fault.
that rule is enforced everywhere. It doesn't matter what job you're on. You shouldn't not be on your phone doing whatever it
Literally.
is, not doing your job. That's a
Mhm.
job place thing, not a everybody thing. If one person fucks up, that doesn't mean everybody else gotta suffer for it. That
Yeah.
see, and again, that right there, there's no justification behind that claim. That's just them.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
poor disciplinary at work.
True.
Yep.
Like I don't know what they want to give
I don't know,
everybody a
man.
little slap
That
on the
was
wrist
just
for.
that's just news I heard earlier, and I was like, that's kind of dumb. But I mean, I get it. But honestly, I don't use TikTok. I don't have it, so I don't give a fuck.
Mhm.
Like, I don't care. Like when Vine shut down, I was like, all right. Anyways, back to my life. Like,
Mhm.
who cares? Like, I mean, I get it. Like a youth thing too. It's on like kids are on it a lot, a little too much. But there's other shit like there's YouTube Shorts and there's like Instagram Reels and things like that. I'm like, there's just gonna be another avenue that these people are gonna go to. So I mean,
Yep.
delete it if you want. Nobody really gives a shit other than the people who made their lives on it. Which you probably shouldn't make your entire life on one singular place. But that's just me. It's just you got to grow and expand. You can't grow and expand on one singular place unless you're like the top like 10 people on that app. But whatever, I guess I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. I guess my song of the day is it's Captain Kid by Manwolves. The song is he's another like you guys know me. I love to listen to underground like artists and stuff like that. He really is like he got such a unique voice to me, and like the way he like composes his music and raps and sings, it's sick. But yeah, I've been listening to him for a minute. As long as I've been listening to like Hojin and Hives and all that stuff, you guys know. I mean, if you watch, I recommend their music a lot. So yeah, Captain Kid by Manwolves, pretty good song. I fucks with it, and yeah, that's been song of the day / stupid rant, I guess. I don't,
Wait,
it is what it is.
did you listen to
Mm.
the new song from Deep October, Birds Fly?
I was going to,
It's really
but I
good.
woke up late today, and
Mhm.
like I had to go fucking. I went to go get my haircut, and then one of my friends was like, "Yo, he dropped a song." I'm like, "There's no fucking way," and like
It's
it was
good.
in the middle of me coming back.
Yeah, give it a shot after this because that shit's really good. That's a bop right now too.
He's also shout out to Deep October too because he really is another underrated person, and he's fucking sick. If people want new music, obviously whatever we have said, but also check out Deep October. He's great. But yeah, that's been song of the day. Appreciate y'all. As Calm stated, we are talking about Tekken today. So, yeah. Basically, I guess we're gonna talk about the more recent trailers for Tekken 8, and also, I guess our Tekken history, playing the game, watching the game actually too. Because watching it, personally, I feel like watching it just because I'm not that great at Tekken. I'm okay. I think watching it is really a spectacle, and it's like one of the best things ever in the fighting game scene, at least. And it's fucking sick. So yeah, we're gonna talk about Tekken, man. Anybody want to start?
I'll start.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Start
Go
off.
ahead, Quinn.
So, my history with Tekken, ever since I was young, my grandpa had his restaurant, and he had a Tekken arcade machine in the restaurant. And it was Tekken 2, I believe. And me and my little sister would just play that all the time whenever he was watching us at the restaurant. And suddenly he had to close the restaurant down. I don't remember why, but yeah, I was like 4 at the time. But then my brother came over one day and he was like, "Yo, I got Tekken 5." And I was like, "They have a Tekken 5? I thought it only went to 2. What?" So I played Tekken 5, and Tekken 5 had all of the other Tekken games on it before it. So I was like, I'm playing every single one of these. And so I just went through that. I didn't play Tekken 6, but I played the Tekken tags, and I avidly played Tekken 7 for a while, not so much anymore, just because it's old. But
You were just playing, man.
Hey, man.
You were just playing 7. What are you talking about?
I said I
streamed
avidly.
before this recording.
I mean, I haven't avidly played it for a while. It hasn't been my main game.
I guess.
That's true. Yeah. I can definitely say the same. Like 7, I think I dropped 7. I think shortly after it actually came out because I couldn't, like, I didn't have a PlayStation. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I liked fighting games better on PlayStation just because of the way the controller felt, the way the actual online felt for it. Fighting games on Xbox just don't hit. It's not there, and it's so clunky to play on an Xbox controller. It just feels very awkward to play fighting games like that. So the only fighting game I ever honestly played like fully from start to finish, like for so long, was actually Tekken 6. Because I actually ended up getting that huge ass fight pad, like the Tekken 6 fight pad. That shit was tight, and I had that. That was about the extent of like Tekken. And then I used to play like Tekken at like the arcades and shit like that, from Tekken 5, Tekken 4. I played a bit of Tekken 3 with my cousins when we used to have the PlayStation 2. But other than that, like, it wasn't too crazy. I think Tekken 6 definitely was the one I played the most.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. Well, I guess I don't know, because I started with 3. You know, being a PlayStation fanboy, you know, you have, you know, games on top of games back in the day. You know, at least for me, like, I tried everything. I can never say I hate a game unless I haven't tried it. Or if it's in a genre that I don't like, then I'll say that I don't like it because I've played games similar. But yeah, I don't know. I started with Tekken 3. It was cool. I'm not like as a fighting game fan, a longtime fan. It's like I like Tekken, and I like as a 3D game. It probably is my favorite. But I just never got good at them because I don't know. It's 3D is such a different dimension, and it's such different coming from a person who actually loves, you know, 2D games, and you know, playing something like Street Fighter Third Strike for the longest time, playing like Marvel for the longest time, and then one day just booting up a game where I have to like sidestep and shit, and like the entire like game is basically movement, because you can do like hits and all that stuff, but movement really is the core of the game. And I think that's what I always like about Tekken, but it is kind of hard to consistently play it when you're already used to only going back and forth or up, down, left, right. You know how some fighting games are.
Yeah, having incorporated sidestep into a fighting game like that after being just a 2D side to side, that's tough. That is
like
very
the
tough.
minute you leave the 2D space and the minute you move to the left or right and you go in a circle, that is, I mean, at the time it was insane to me. Nowadays I'm used to it because a lot of other games, you know, there's like the Storm games are out. Back in the day it was also Jumpstar. You know, that game was fucking sick. Fuck Jump Force, that game sucks balls. Hate that game. But yeah, I don't know, like moving from like doing that transition really didn't help me to like get better at it. I mean, I do like playing Tekken. Like Tekken 7 is great. I always have a blast playing it. There are times where I get pissed because I'm like, fuck, I could be good at this game, but then I remember I'm like, I'm not gonna sink my time into this because I already like 2D games enough, or slash 2.5D games, because 2D games are getting better. So I don't know. I just like it. I like it from a spectator, you know, viewpoint nowadays. But I feel like when Tekken 8 comes out, I'll play it a lot, and I'll crack down on me being bad at the game. But that is a time. That's a talk for another time, because you know Tekken 8 will come out probably next year. So
yeah,
hopefully.
Yeah. But I do love it though. There is a game that not a lot of people like, but I do like it, and it does involve Tekken. It's Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I know people fucking hate that game. That game is actually, it is bad. Like, it is a bad game because there's too much wrong with the game. There's like the gem system, and then it was like you had to like pay for it and buy it, and then people were like, I'm not doing that. So, but aside from that, all that stuff, it was a really fun game to play. Street Fighter characters and Tekken characters. sometimes on the same team or fighting against them was pretty sick. I really did fuck with it, and I don't know, I liked it a lot. I never played it that much, but when I did play it, I always had fun. Yeah, but whenever I see people complaining, I'm like, I get it. I'm not like gonna try to change your mind. Like I understand, but it is a game that like I like. But I know a lot of people in the fighting game community don't like because at least at launch it was pretty bad. But I think nowadays people would go back into it if it like came out with like, I don't know, different, like they took out the whole gem stuff and they play it again. But I mean, it is what it is. The Tekken tag games, never got to play them. I've always seen it.
They're
Like,
cool.
you know, watching, yeah, they're cool. No, I just watching Evo back in the day. Yeah, they were around Evo, like they were at it at the early days. I did see it. I never like watched the entire like match or whatever. But like I was like, oh, they're tagging in characters. That's kind of like Marvel. So I was kind of dumbfounded. But I mean, it's cool. I'm not like, I think at the time I wasn't really into like fighting games. At least when those came out, the tag games came out, and I was like, I was doing like I was doing RPGs, I was doing single player games, I was doing like handheld games, I was doing all that stuff. I wasn't really into fighting games at that moment. Literally like a few years later, you would have called me playing like Street Fighter 4 or whatever the fuck. So yeah. But I mean, Tekken cool. At least in my experience, in my history, Tekken is really good. Top 10 fighting games of all time. Oh, at least Tekken 7. Tekken for me, Tekken 7 is like top 10 fighting games of all time.
Oh yeah. I would say just based on that, like just because of the skill level it takes to be like efficient at that game. Not even like, you know, just to kind of play it. Like you can play it any way you want, but I'm meaning like to be top up there.
To
like
be
when you
better
when
at
you
the
see
game.
Evo,
Yeah,
like,
be
you
really
see
good at the
people
game.
playing it. Oh my god.
Not even Evo people, it's just some of these like online warriors that are like really good at this game. But like if you put them offline and they've never been like in like the competitive environment like that, like top players, they might cook or they might shit the bed. It really is just depends on how much you're playing. I mean, some people are really good, but they just don't do tournaments and they don't show it because they're like, I'm just trying to play the game, you know?
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
So,
but I guess we can move on to some
no, wait,
of the...
Canti hasn't explained his experience because he is the least
Canti,
experienced out of all of us.
That is true.
Well, I mean, I know Tekken for a very long time. My favorite Tekken game that I used to play a lot with my family and cousins was Tekken 3, because I think Tekken 3's music is super fucking cool, and it was a cool roster list at the time. And I used to play King a lot and Yoshimitsu. Those are my two favorite characters to play as most of the time. But other than that, though, I think Tekken's like, it's fucking cool, but it's so hard for me to like learn right away because I feel like there's so much like move lists that you can do, and it's just like, it's a lot, you know. Like Tekken's very hard to like learn and shit, in my opinion. But I think it's super fun to watch. I always enjoy like, what was it, like 2 years ago, or like recently, like Tekken tournaments now that I've been watching. Like it's super fun to watch the more than play. So I get what Snorlax is talking about and shit, but. Yeah, no, I think I never played I think I barely touched Tekken 4. I never played 5 or 6. I played 7 like once in my life, and then I never played it again. It was like the base one, but Tekken 3 was the one I played the most. But I'm willing to try the new Tekken 8 because I think it looks very fun, and like it would be kind of cool to play with like some friends and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Tekken. I think Tekken's really cool. I think the characters are fucking sick as fuck too.
Tight.
Hell yeah.
As you were saying, Tux.
I guess we can say, like, we can ask everybody, what's one character that we haven't seen as of yet, because we've seen Nina, Kazuya, Jin, Law, Paul, King, Jack 8, and Lars. Is there any characters that we haven't seen yet that you're hyped to see a new trailer for, or do you want to see be returned to the game?
Now,
don't say look at Chloe because I'll beat your ass if I ever see you in real life. Don't ever say that.
Now,
don't
personally, I
you already have your character. Why?
Hey, I gotta get crazy with somebody. I can't get
You're gonna get crazy with Lars.
I'm gonna get crazy with everybody. Let's be real. The character that I want, Steve is cool. I played with Steve. He's a fun character. He gets a little boring sometimes, you know. Brian is a Tekken character. If he's not in the game, it's not Tekken. I'm gonna say it. But fucking, there's different archetypes of characters in Tekken, and Steve is just one of the boxer characters. I'm gonna need Roger, or Roger Jr. I'm gonna need him. Let me get Roger or Raptor. Because those
I'd rather have Roger than
was
Raptor.
Was Roger the kangaroo from Street Fighter 6?
Yeah.
Oh, that's who that was. I'm like, bro, why do I like vividly
So-
remember that? And he had like his little pouch with his little kangaroo in there too.
Yes.
Bro.
So
When he showed up, he didn't have a little kid in there. He
Yeah.
was just
that's Roger Jr. in the pouch,
Roger
but
Jr.
fucking so Roger Jr. I think they did show him in Street Fighter 6 briefly. He was like on a screen.
Oh, he was like in the background or
Yes,
something?
he was on the background. It was literally just Roger. And I was like, oh, he's not. I doubt he's gonna be in the game ever. But Roger and Roger Jr. was in Tekken 5, Tekken 6, Tag Tournament 2. He was in a previous game too, which I'm forgetting. He was in another Tekken game. I think it was like Tekken 2. It was Tekken 2. But but he
Roger's a really OG character.
he's one of my favorite characters in the game, because he has, well, Steve's stance is the one where he's down, the one where he's back, but he has a third stance where he's just up on his tail, and he's beating.
That's a strong tail, bro. You know Roger weighs like 200 or something pounds.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a strong ass tail.
And the other character I want is Mokujin. That's it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh. He just spawns in with a random moveset from one of the other characters. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I want. I miss it. I miss the crazy.
I mean, you already know what I'm gonna say. Well, other than my obvious main from Tekken 7, Hwoarang. Yes, I want Hwoarang in the game. Obviously, he should be in the game. And if he's not, then my fingers are gonna hurt because I'm gonna have to learn a Mishima. So, other than Hwoarang, just because Hwoarang is like probably my favorite character in Tekken, just because he's sick. Dragunov. I know people are gonna hate me for saying that, but Dragunov would be tight. He was my first main before I transitioned into Hwoarang because I was like, Dragunov is cool, and then it got down to the list of like nerfs and like buffing other characters, and I'm like, well, Dragunov cool, but it's kind of tough to play. And then I moved to Hwoarang, and he's sick. Dragunov would be sick. Bruce would also be amazing to come back. I don't think he will ever come back. He could. I mean, I'm not gonna say no. Everyone hates one Muay Thai fighter. Everybody hates Fakuram because when he came out, he was the most annoying thing on the planet. A lot of people just don't like Muay Thai fighters in fighting games in the first place. Like Sagat back in Street Fighter 4, people fucking hated Sagat.
Oh yeah.
People hated Adon too. That's one of my favorite characters too. Adon is great. Who else is like a Muay Thai fighter? A lot of like KOF characters. At least the Muay Thai fighters. Yeah. I don't know. They just gotta stop making Muay Thai fighters OD so I can play them and not be hated for it. But yeah. So I guess I'm gonna say Dragunov. At least the obvious ones that aren't Hwoarang, Dragunov, or Bruce, or being a little kind of on calm side. I would like Roger to come back just to see how funny he would be in the game. But if he doesn't come back, he doesn't come back. I don't really give a fuck.
Right.
Thoughts?
Honestly, I mean, I've always been a huge fan of Jin just because he's kind of been the poster boy for Tekken, and that was one of the very first characters that I honestly started playing Tekken with was Jin. But then when I really got into watching Tekken being played, I don't know what it is, but I really gravitated towards watching King players because it was way too exciting to see them you know, either try to pull off the command grabs and see if they can pull off the full string into getting like stupid damage like very early if the other person couldn't tech out of them and stuff like that. And I think one of the top players I used to watch play King was uh Lil Majin. And yeah, he was pretty much one of my favorites to watch for King, because I didn't really see anybody else play Jin too much of the time, but he was just one of the characters that I watched a lot. But I really liked Jin. He was probably one of my best characters I usually played with. The only other player I think I would like, I never really got to play because I dropped Tekken from so long ago, but someone I would want to come back is, I keep forgetting his, Leroy. Oh my, nah. When I seen this character get dropped in the Tekken 7, I'm like, nah, fuck every other character there is. This is the guy. This is the guy. I needed to play him, and I hope he comes back. But I hope his moveset gets a little changed up. Just a little bit. But I like that he has, you know, like the counters, the just the classic martial kind of style to fighting and whatnot, and he's just an all-around sick character. But I really hope Leroy comes back, because
I feel like he will come back in. You know, he would come back in the first place because Leroy is pretty popular, even though for him being the most broken character in Tekken history. I don't know, like people really do like him even when he was busted. People still liked him. They weren't liking that he was being played too much within the fucking space. But I mean, other than that, people would love Leroy. I mean, his design, his trailer, his music, him coming in out of the shadows to beat 3 fucking fighters. I think he beat the shit out of Law, Paul, and someone else. I'm forgetting the third person. It might have been like, it might have been. I don't know who it was.
Was it? No. Wait. Was it either
it was Law, Paul, and
was
somebody
it
else?
Julie or no? Not Julie. Was it Shang?
Julia or Zhao Li?
Yeah, it might have been one of them. Because those are the top 3 like fighters that I remember like in the tournament that he was around when it came through. So those are the only people I could think of that he actually beat up.
Yeah, but that trailer was, at least Leroy's reveal trailer was fucking crazy.
Oh,
but you know, people still do have a disdain for Leroy just because he's that strong. Yeah, I don't know, Leroy. I feel like he will come back anyways. So yeah, I feel like we don't have to ask Canti who he wants back because it's pretty obvious.
Pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Canti.
Tell the people.
I want Yoshimitsu to come back. I know he's gonna come back. I just want to see his new design because he always has a new design every game, and I really think it's super cool. Some could be like cool, and some could be like just fucking weird. That's why I like Yoshimitsu a lot. Another character I do want back, I forgot her name. She's like a stealth character. Starts with a K. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Katarina?
Katarina. I don't know. She has like
and I'm like,
she has like a fox mask.
Oh, Kunimitsu.
Kunimitsu. I was like,
yeah.
I would like
because Kunimitsu, she a ninja.
I played her like a little bit, but I was having a hard time. But I think she's really cool. I would like for her to come back if she does, which I'm assuming because she's like a popular character.
I mean, she was DLC in 7, so I mean, she could come back as DLC. Maybe main roster. I feel like main roster would suit her, just because I feel like they didn't expand on her as much as they should have.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, she could. I'm not saying she won't.
Yeah, I would like for her to come back if I want something. There was another character I liked to buy. She was in Tekken 7. She was a new character. She was like a blonde. I forgot her name though. She was like
Lydia.
I think
so.
Oh
yeah, Lydia.
Lydia, the Prime Minister of Poland.
She's so sick. I actually like her.
I would have said Lydia because I actually did play her a lot, and a lot of people, at least for people who play Tekken with me and a lot of the friend group, they know I love Lydia. But I didn't say her because I'm like, I don't think she'll come back that soon. Yeah. If anything, she'll be DLC just because she is kind of strong. She was, and her mix-up game was crazy. So I feel like her with the heat system would be really, really bad. Like she would dominate a lot. But I mean,
she'd be causing seismic quakes with her heat.
Oh my god, bro! Don't get me started. But she would be so much fun.
But how about this though? How about this? Since like we're talking about characters from Tekken, and you know how Tekken they always like to bring guest characters from different video games. Who do you guys want to see in Tekken 8 that's a guest character from a different series?
There's only one character because I do not want another fighting game character. I don't even want like a TV character because Negan was fucking busted. 2, Akuma ran this game for its entire lifespan. Even when he was nerfed, he was still putting asses in the ground. I understand people they don't want Akuma. I don't want Akuma. I was pissed at the Tekken finals.
I think it's just because of like, look at how Street Fighter plays compared to Tekken, and then you put a Street Fighter character with like that type of mobility and movement into a Tekken game where mobility and movement is like key.
I mean, any of the characters would be really bad in Tekken. Like they would just run it. Chun would be the most broken thing ever. Should be worse than Leroy.
Yeah.
I think the only one you could actually put in that would be fine is Ryu, because he doesn't have Demon Flip. He doesn't have fast fireballs unless he has Dungeon mode.
Ooh, you know who would profit probably the most or go nuts off of the new heat drive mechanic? Ken.
True.
Oh my
You
god.
not play this game. What is wrong with you?
Oh my god.
Ken would go crazy with
He just put
combos.
Ken from 5 and he'd just be running all over the place. What's wrong with you?
It'd be stupid.
The character that I want, I got some crazy ass picks for guest characters. So
Go for it.
Oh, Jesus
first
Christ.
off, Mario. Let me get Mario from Smash.
Nah, I need to hear
Let me
this.
get
No, I need to hear
Link
this.
too.
No, I need to hear this. Why? Why
Because
Mario?
Harada and whatever the Smash developer's name is. Sakurai. Yeah. Harada and Sakurai developed such a relationship over Smash Ultimate that I want to see some Smash characters. Fine, give me Kirby and Tekken. I don't care.
What is wrong with you?
No. Go. Nah. Now I need to Google what the fucking height of Mario is and put his tiny midget ass.
That's why I said or Link. That's why I said or Link, bro.
See, but I'm not gonna lie to you. They already did that shit.
Link's
Soul
been in
Calibur.
3D.
They already
Yeah,
did that.
Soul Calibur. They can't really do that again, or at least Tekken can't do that.
And he's got like a full ass sword and shield weapon.
You
Like
just,
I don't.
just you want Noctis to come back. You want these sword characters, bro? Just say Noctis.
Okay, my fault. Give me Sly Cooper.
Anyways, moving on. As a realistic pick for me, the only guest character that I would want is I think Tekken is really bad at guest characters. They just bring characters in and they're really fucking busted. Tifa would be my obvious choice just because Noctis was good, but he was really mid. Like he was cool, but he was never excelled at anything in his life in the time span of Tekken. So I feel like Tifa as the brawler woman.
Tifa would be a good ass pick.
Just because I know they're gonna put Cloud in, because no, that range is dumb.
The Buster Sword would be so dumb.
We don't need no Buster shit.
Especially with the heat drive, he can mix you up. So
God.
and he has magic. Tifa doesn't use magic as often. She does. She can use it, but she rather put her fucking fist in your teeth. So
see, if
like
they put Cloud in,
would be really good.
It would just be another Noctis Ditto. Like I don't know.
He'd be better than Noctis because Cloud is 3 times faster, a lot stronger, and Cloud uses more magic than Noctis ever did. Because Noctis had all his different weapons, so he doesn't really need to use like Freegra or Thundra or all that other shit. So
no, but he could dematerialize and materialize his weapons at will, and that
he was still like
that's
forever mid. So I mean, they never because they knew if they made him a bit in like A tier characters, he would run the game.
Well, that's because a lot of his hit moves didn't have a lot of his hit moves had mad recovery on them. So like he couldn't chain and do swap strings.
They needed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if he could combo and string together more of his moves without that weird ass recovery that he had, he'd be busted.
Yeah.
So
but I feel
they did kind of level him out there.
Yeah, they had to make him a little floaty.
Yeah.
You know what?
Tifa would be a perfect answer. I always think about this character coming into Tekken.
What's up?
I always think about like let's get an indie character in here. So I always think about like I feel like Zagreus could work because he technically doesn't have to have a sword. He could have his blade in the.
He could have his fists.
Yeah, he could have the fist.
Yeah, you could
Or he
do
could
that.
have the shield, or he could have. Well, actually, no, he can't have anything other than those 3 weapons. So,
Well, I mean, if you're gonna put Zack again, he would have like a Noctis kind of background where he could use multiple weapons, but he'd have his stance. But then, as soon as he went to go do a certain move, he would materialize like that weapon. He'd either have the fist,
yeah, but then again,
or if he do
Zagreus
like a
doesn't.
sword thing.
At least in combat, Zagreus doesn't use a single weapon. I mean, he doesn't
No.
use multiple weapons. He uses one. So I feel like
Yeah.
he wouldn't be a stance character. They would give him the fist, and then in other things like his rage art or a certain special move, he would bring out the sword to like do like a OTG, or like if he has an air move, he would do like he would shoot the bow. This shit like simple stuff that isn't like overbearing, right? But I feel like Zagreus could work. I don't know. That's just a personal pick. But I feel like Tifa, if they want a guest character, I feel like Tifa is perfect.
You know who I hate? What I would hate? That's the opposite of Tifa in Final Fantasy character. Fucking Sephiroth, bitch ass longsword would be so annoying.
No,
I don't
they
think they
already
would do
put that
that.
in Smash. We don't need that nowhere
I
else. They're
remember
already-
I remember someone said Sephiroth should be in Tekken 8. I'm like, bro, that sword is so
Bro,
long. It's not gonna be unfair.
Clearly, you have not learned from playing Smash a little too much.
Yeah,
And then,
That's
and
the
I already
thing,
play
any-
Final Fantasy like that, but I'm like, that sword's tall, bro. Like, why would
Anybody
you
who
want
has
it?
weapons, that's their main source of fighting, doesn't fit the Tekken narrative though.
No,
That's
not
the
at
thing.
all.
Like Tekken's all about throwing hands. Like we're not using weapons,
Yeah.
and the few people who did use weapons, nobody ever picked them because they weren't that great.
some people just have
So-
weapons as like specials and stuff like that. And there's like you could use weapons in Tekken 7, but you have to like equip it to your character and like the customization stuff. There's like guns, grenades, bats, shit like that. It's crazy shit like that. So I feel like I don't know if they'll bring that back. They should, because that stuff is funny. Seeing clips like that on Twitter where like a dude throws the grenade and he's like trying to avoid it, and then he jumps back, gets hit by the grenade, and died. I'm like, that's
Unfortunate.
bad, but it's unfortunate, but it's hilarious. So
Like the
Um,
one, I don't know, like what Calm was saying. Like I know he was saying Mario all of a sudden, but I forgot Tekken
Come
Tag
on, do you
Tournament.
have a real character, bro?
Oh yeah, I do.
No,
I do.
my
No,
God.
but like Tekken Tag Tournament 2 for the Wii U. I forgot they did some fucking Nintendo costumes, right? Am I hot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They
they
did.
did. Yeah.
I'm like, they could bring Nintendo character if they want to be realistic, because they did do that one collab for the one time. I remember fucking, was it Jin or Kazuya as Mario Wario? I was confused, but like that did happen. That was a
I
thing.
mean,
Yeah.
it was just costumes, and not like
Yeah.
who was the only like Nintendo? Samus has all her guns.
Samus would be that would be kind of wild.
Little
though.
Mac.
Link doesn't
Weird.
fight with his hand. I mean, he does.
He's a
but
Soul
not-
Calibur.
Yo, what if they
so
brought what's his
caliber.
face?
Little Mac.
Yeah, Little Mac.
Little Mac would be
Oh,
tough.
Little Mac.
Little Mac would be
I feel
tough.
like-
So would
I feel like
Incineroar.
would work. No, there's only one character that would work from Smash, because Little Mac is just Steve but shorter and brown.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Captain Falcon would be the best.
That would
Captain
go
Falcon
crazy.
would go nuts.
That would go crazy.
Yeah.
He would have air moves. He would have launchers that he could fucking combo. Like he would do his up B technically, and
Yeah.
then in the space of Tekken, he would be able to combo it off. Like Hwoarang's big. Like some people have big like humongous launchers and shit
Yeah.
like that. And imagine Captain Falcon's rage art, but it's just fucking Falcon Punch. Oh my!
That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, if he just did
Shit.
straight
Just-
Falcon Punch for his rage,
Falcon
but then his rage drive, his rage drive, I feel like would be what
Falcon
is it?
kick.
Yeah, the kick. That would be the kick.
Yeah, one of his like heat drives moves could be
Yeah.
Falcon Kick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would
Oh
be
my!
sick.
I'd love to see the knee. If the knee is like
Mhm.
an
Ooh.
essential move. Oh my god, that would be. I
Oh,
don't
that
know.
would be
Captain Falcon,
crazy.
like out of Smash characters, like if we're being realistic, Captain Falcon would.
They give him
work
that
immensely.
They give him the air
Yeah.
grab.
Oh my god, please! Like, don't jump. Don't even try it.
Bro.
That'd be sick.
Oof.
Yeah.
Nah,
Top
five
one
favorite
character. One character I honestly feel like should come into the game, and but then I feel like it would be a weird, like, I don't know, Baki Hama.
They did talk
See,
about
I
that.
didn't bring up Baki because there are like really, really heavy speculations. And I
Yeah.
didn't want to
Mhm.
like. I don't want to
Still,
like
like,
lead people
I-
into.
Same with Ashura, Kengan Ashura.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
like,
Interesting.
there's like a
Yeah.
lot of like not super credible people, but like there's like enough to be like, it could have, like, it really could, because
There's enough copium out
Oh.
there to spawn that for real, for real.
That is true.
He and Kangen also are on Netflix, and Tekken just had, like, well, not just had, but like they put Tekken Bloodline on there, and it did really well.
Yup.
And another fighting, anime or two of them are there that do well. Like every time Bucky comes up with a season, it does well.
It
When
does.
Kangen Ashura came out, it's doing well. 4 years later, still haven't had a season 2. But I mean, the manga is fucking sick. So
Yeah. Speaking of like anime or anything that could have Tekken characters, fucking if you bring a Record of Ragnarok character like Zeus or Adam into Tekken,
I mean, you could. I feel like that's valid, but I feel like Record of Ragnarok's not as popular as like Baki.
Oh, definitely not.
If they're gonna do an anime character, it has to be Baki. There's no. I mean, Yujiro could work too, but hell, fucking.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get my ass beat by the demon, bro.
No, I don't need that. I don't need that.
And none of them have like projectiles or weapons. They're
Exactly.
straight gonna beat your ass.
Yo.
My actual
No,
pick, by the way, is Kyo Kusanagi. Just saying. From fucking SNK.
I can
Oh,
see
okay,
it.
okay.
I can see it. Kyo would be sick.
Mm.
I thought you were gonna say Shen. But obviously he's not as popular as
Or K-Dash.
Oh man, K-Dash.
K-Dash would go crazy.
Hey man, the last time they put a King of Fighters character in, everybody was tight. So,
Who did they put in?
Yeah.
Wait.
Geese.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, geez. Yeah.
And they said they're never putting another King of Fighter character in.
Wait, okay. Outside the spectrum. Now, I don't know if it would work too well. I feel like this would work better in like a what is it? A different fighting game. So like Mortal Kombat or Injustice or something like that. Or one of the Power Rangers.
Ooh, the Green Ranger, baby. Give me
good, yeah.
Green
Because they
Ranger.
wouldn't be able to put most of them or put like multiple characters. They
it's
have
just
to pick one.
Tommy Oliver.
Oh, yeah, that'd be I mean, I'm pretty sure most people are fans, or like well, no, you can't do Super Sentai because they're not like global. I mean, Kamen Rider's pretty popular.
Kamen Rider's
Yeah.
global, but
Yeah.
they would do Power Rangers.
Yeah, they would do
Yeah.
Super Sentai first.
Yeah.
Man, fucking Tommy would be tight. Or fucking I mean, a personal favorite ranger of mine, RJ from Jungle Fury. That's
True.
just me. That's just me. Again, another Muay Thai person. I just love RJ. He's fucking sick.
I think they would
but
definitely
Tommy
do
would be
Tommy
cool.
though because of all of the
Yeah.
costumes they could have.
That
They
is
could give him
true,
Kamen
yeah.
Rider costumes too, just because like Kamen Rider is pretty popular in Japan, and some people would be like, "Oh, you got a Power Ranger here? Oh, might as well make him a fucking Kamen Rider." So
Yeah, they could easily do that.
Red Tommy, Black Tommy, Green Tommy,
yeah, give him all his suits.
Bro,
Yeah,
Draken
they have
Tommy.
to.
Yeah, you can do Lord Dragon. You can do White Ranger, Red Ranger. Dino Thunder Ranger. You can do all that mess.
Bro, that would go nuts.
And it'd be like a nice tribute to the actor,
Yep.
Tommy. Shout out to the GOAT. It'd be really cool. Obviously they can't get his voice,
True.
or maybe they can just pull stuff from clips and just But
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
that's
a
a really good one.
That's a good pick. That's a really good
Oh,
pick,
that's
Tox.
That's really good.
So, a couple
yeah.
of them out there.
Those
I
are
remember-
wish characters. Some of them are really joke characters, and some of them are
Yeah.
like real, like dead ass characters that we want in the game.
I'm telling you right now, put Mario in that bitch, Kazuya gonna punt his ass. He gonna punt him. Punt him
I mean,
like
it
a football.
I mean, that's what happened in Smash. Where
I don't know where-
God.
I don't know where
Yeah,
you go here.
he killed most of the cats in his trailer, but he just threw him off a cliff. He's like, anyways.
Yeah, same thing with Kirby. Put his ass off the cliff.
He ain't die though. That's my son. But
Yeah, he
came
didn't
out
die.
of
He
the
didn't die. He didn't die.
But I think another guest character, real quick, will probably be Mortal Kombat. I think that'll be funny.
That would be cool.
They
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
could
Bring
they
Sub
could
Zero
do
if you
that.
want to put like the popular ones, or Liu Kang, or Kung
If you
Lao.
Nah.
if you want a character that doesn't have crazy amount of range, it's either Sub Zero or Liu Kang.
Nah,
Yeah.
if they put a Mortal Kombat character in Tekken, they're petty. because the move list they would have would be
No,
disgusting.
Kung Lao would be so OD.
Disgusting.
It'd be a lot longer than Mortal Kombat's, but it'd probably be the shortest move list because remember,
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat characters don't have that. They have a lot of combo moves that are like listed or like
Yeah.
special moves, but
Mhm.
they would have
They
like
are limited.
not the least because I think there's a few Tekken characters that have the least amount of moves, but they will probably give them new moves.
Liu
Yeah.
Kang versus martial law.
And that'd be the greatest
That'd be
thing.
That would be
tough.
tight. That would be unreal,
Well, especially how Law looks now than how Liu
Ooh.
Kang looks at the end of
bro.
Mortal Kombat 11. That'd be the greatest.
The
Yeah.
way they did Law in Tekken 8 is spot on. I don't think they could have done a better job. It's uncanny the familiarity to
Bruce.
to Bruce Lee. Like it's
Mhm.
unreal.
Yeah, if you want to say like the best like tributes to Bruce Lee in fighting games, to be honest, there's only really two. There's Liu Kang and martial law. Yes, I know
Mhm.
shit like Fang Long from Street Fighter exists. He's fine.
Who?
He's like he was he was like another he's like Law basically. He's like
Yeah.
his last game was Street Fighter 4. But yeah, if you like the best like Bruce Lee tributes are really just Law and fucking
Liu Kang.
Liu Kang. Just because Liu Kang is straight up does the bicycle kicks.
Yeah.
He does all the like all the fucking screams that Bruce
Liu
Lee's
Kang
Yeah.
has his fire.
and Liu Kang is literally a dragon. And what was Bruce Lee before? The dragon.
The
So,
dragon.
I mean, like Liu Kang is the embodiment of Bruce, but Law is. I feel like Law is what Bruce would have been if he was still alive. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like he would. The evolution of Law is pretty much what I think the evolution of Bruce would be. Obviously, Bruce
well-
would be a little older, so I feel like
Yeah.
a muscular dude that looks like Law.
A
But
Giga
it's
Chad.
That would be.
Well,
fucking-
Law is a more realistic version to Bruce Lee, and Liu
Mhm.
Kang is like that
craziness.
out of
That's
mind. Like
it's it's movie Bruce Lee versus movie Bruce Lee versus real life Bruce Lee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Or
I
they
feel
put-
like putting them in the same game it'd be sick. And I feel
Didn't they
like
have,
a lot of people would just like it.
They had Ip Man in a game already, right?
He was in the game.
I'm pretty
They
sure.
had a game of
Am I
they had
high?
a game of him.
I remember that. I think it was like
no, they had
Mortal
no.
Kombat
I-
or some
I'm-
shit.
I'm thinking of a different game because there
I don't
was a
think so.
game that Jet Li was in. Like it was all about Jet Li.
Yeah, he has his own game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. No, fucking. You're probably thinking of the fight style that that Leroy has. It's the same as Ip Man.
Yeah.
They're the same thing. Wasn't
True.
it? Wasn't it called Wing Chun? Wing Chun,
Yes,
right?
Wing
Yeah.
Chun.
They have the exact same fighting style.
Mhm.
Other than Leroy uses a fucking dog and a cane, but that's near.
Oh yeah, nah, his. Nah, when I first saw Leroy, and he had all them chains on him when he came out there. That was that dude.
All I gotta say is
Shout out to Swift because when he made Leroy in the game and he started learning him,
Yeah.
he just made young Leroy. He got like the no shirt on. He had like the slim pants and
the
he made his hair
tattoos and all
black.
that. Yep.
He made hair black. I was like, yo, you really just made young Leroy. That's fucking
Yup.
crazy.
All I gotta say is Ip Man versus Brian would be the craziest shit because Brian's ender is just like his outro is just him beating the shit out of you while you're on the ground.
Oh right.
But if Ip Man's fucking rage art is just him fucking just into
Oh.
the dirt.
Oh, the
Maybe
thing
more
that's
impressive
that Kung
they
Lao
got-
does.
Yeah,
the thing that Kung Lao
that's
does, yeah.
Ip Man's move.
But that's not like Kung Lao's like not one of his fatalities. That's just one of his moves that I think that's his.
Yeah, it's
grab.
one of his grabs. Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's more impressive if they get Donnie Yen to actually mocap for Ip Man. That'd be fucking sick. You get the Grandmaster in there, and then you have him versus Leroy. So it'd be like most of Ip Man's movies, him versus another Grandmaster.
Yup.
Because even in Ip Man 4, he went up against like a super American dude that was all about kung fu. So I feel like that's a little bit of Brian in there. So that'd be
And Paul.
Yeah, and Paul too. Yeah, that'd be kind of sick.
Yeah, but we should move on to the trailers. We're running out of time.
Yeah. So
What was
recently
the
there were
last one?
3 trailers that came out.
Damn, there's 3.
Ever
There's
since
3
the
since the
last
last time we
episode.
recorded.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Um,
okay.
So the first one that came out
King?
from
Yep.
last
It was
time,
King.
it was wasn't it?
Yep, it was King.
fucking-
It was King.
King?
It was
None
King,
other than-
Lars, and then Jack 8.
Yep.
Yeah, so King came out. To me, it's the second hypest trailer as like a personal thing because
Mhm.
I look. I don't like grapplers. I think grapplers are their own space in the fighting game world.
Mhm.
But I love grapplers a lot. At least as a spectacle, and I have like my cherry picked grapplers. Like I love King, Raiden from KOF is pretty sick to watch.
Mhm.
But yeah, King is really cool. I think I don't know, like his trailer was pretty much everything a wrestling fan would love.
Right.
Just looks
Mhm.
amazing. So, yeah, how you guys feel about it, bro?
I
It
think
looks
I
cool
was-
as fuck.
it's
I was
amazing.
ecstatic to watch that. It was great all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
What I will
King
say
was
is
so cool to look at.
King is
Mm.
in my mind, King is the grappler. Like, there's
Yeah,
nobody else
yeah.
that really does it like King.
I
'Cause
mean,
especially
you
in
got
his
Zangief.
new trailer,
I mean, if you want to say the grappler, I mean, as iconic, it really doesn't get as more iconic as those two.
True.
Because Geef really is the original, like, grappler.
Mhm.
Hmm. I just love how much of a showboat they made him in Tekken 8 now. Because you know, like,
Finally.
some of his moves from
Mhm.
Tekken 7 is that, like, he kind of did, like, because he's a wrestler, he's supposed to get the crowd hype, you know what I mean? Like, he kind of, like, yeah, and then kicked them and then did his thing, you know what I mean? But now, like, he really starts getting into it. Like, he gives him a quick shoulder, locks him up, looks around, says, y'all seeing this? And then drops his ass and then says, that's it, it's done. Or like his finisher from Tekken 7, he's like, we're going this way, and then drives his ass over and throws him down. Like, he is the embodiment of just the showboat character in
Yeah,
Tekken.
yeah.
And it's amazing to see what they've been doing with his moves. And now that the fact that they gave him the the heat drive mechanic with the armor on top of it, nah, you're
Yeah, he
getting
really-
grappled.
Yeah,
You're getting grappled.
In the trailer, he really did, like, he had armor on one of his moves, and he just went straight into a combo. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Why are you giving this character all
No.
this bullshit? And
And they changed up his, what is it? His is it called like the wizard bomb or something?
Yeah,
like
the
they fly
flying
in the air,
wizard.
He grabs them from the legs, but instead of
Oh,
dropping them
that-
down, he drops them on his knees. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
That shit was hard.
he
Fucking
really
puts it
exposed
into a
him at
launcher.
the end of his rage art, and I'm like, damn, that is disrespectful. And after that, I would never show my face in the world.
Yeah.
Logan.
That's all. That's
No.
what I like. If you get beat by King badly, you're done. Give up.
Yeah.
Your hopes and dreams crushed.
That is,
bro.
like-
You ain't coming out.
That is the reason why I loved watching Lil Majin play King. It was just a spectacle to fucking watch every time.
Yeah. I mean, even now, I think people are gonna get into playing King, regardless of him being a grappler. I feel like people are just gonna like him a lot, just because of how flashy and how much flair he actually has.
Oh yeah.
He's always had it, but I feel like since how bright and how vibrant this game is already, with all the other characters, the settings, the heat drive, I feel like King is just gonna be more explosive in this game.
Oh, yes, 100%.
So when like somebody wins something big, maybe not like Evo or something like that, or I mean it could be, or like the Tekken World Finals, or like another like big major tournament, popping off as you win as playing King, it's probably gonna feel a lot more special, just because of you kind of feel like King when you win. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
They've essentially just buffed Lil Majin.
Yeah, they gave him
much.
a stat
Pretty
boost,
much.
yeah.
They gave him it.
But yeah, King probably is like my second favorite trailer, right next to Jin, just because they gave Jin the stupid amount of things. Him and Kazuya, I'm just like, man, why would you do that? But it is gonna be really fun. So.
then-
Next character that got dropped was Lars Alexander.
My boy.
I'll be honest, I never heard his last name. Like I've always just seen him as Lars. I never heard Alexander. I'm like, where did that come from?
Like,
Lars
Alexander.
Alexanderson.
Yeah.
I was like, what is that?
The long.
Like I remember when I first saw him. What was it? Tekken? Was it 5?
Yeah, he came out at 5.
No,
Yeah,
it was
Tekken
6.
5?
It was
6?
6.
He came
Oh,
out
it
at
was 6? Oh,
Yeah.
it was 6 when he first came out. Okay.
Like,
Yeah, I remember like reading up in the lore about it. I was like, this dude is like related to the Mishima? Like what?
He
Huh?
is Heihachi's son.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Mishima,
Okay.
baby.
Hey, look, man. Heihachi be fucking. You know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and he is
Yeah.
the typical anime. I'm going up against my lineage. You know, he's essentially the Mishima killer when he hasn't killed a single Mishima. So I don't know
Right.
where the fuck that title comes from.
I don't get that.
I don't get it at all. He hasn't killed any of them. Kazuya's still running around. Jin is around.
Still low. Yeah, they're still kicking.
Heihachi's retired.
Heihachi
Yeah.
went and fucked off somewhere.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
fucked
so-
up. Probably went on an island and he chilling. He booling after
He
Akuma.
really said, I'm done messing with y'all little niggas, man. I'm gone. I'm out of
After
here. I'm
Akuma
good.
blew up his fucking building, he was like, you know what? Maybe this life ain't for me no more.
I don't need
I'll
this
dip.
stress no more.
He said, "I'm too old."
Yeah. And then if Jin ever has a kid, what is Lars gonna do? Kill Jin's kid? Like you're asking to die. So I
Right.
mean, I don't know where that title comes from. But he does, you know, he is very efficient against Mishima's. Why? Because his dad is a Mishima. So
Mhm.
but I mean
his pop
you
is
know.
Mishima.
yeah. So I feel like people who want anime and Tekken got the anime fight. Like you essentially got the anime person.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he definitely is that anime style because he does a lot of flips. He's very
If you want
yeah,
speed,
like- yeah, he's very
fast.
speed.
He's very eccentric because he is supposed to be like.
Yeah,
Well, he's not really flashy because somebody
Kind
like
of.
Lee is
Oh,
way
yeah.
more flashy than Lars. Just because that's who he is. He got the coat, he got the hair, he look
Yeah.
all nice. He'd be like hitting you with like a little bit of like Riz. in the
Lars is
middle of
about
the fight.
Lars is about efficiency. Is what it is. It's efficiency and speed. He doesn't care about being flashy. He just has these moves that work.
He just has the flash moves, you know what I mean? So
no, I think one thing I'll have to take away from the entirety of that Lars trailer, I'm like, bro, when did they add a Naruto character?
He is a Naruto character. He always has been.
It was in Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. That special he did is somewhat similar to the
It
special. from Ultimate
was.
Ninja
That
Storm
was
2.
either
This would be
Sasuke or
funny.
fucking Kakashi's lightning blade immediately right
That's
there. Like
probably
you can't tell me any
Sasuke's.
different.
No, he's a
Probably
guest
is
star. In
No, that's his super. That's
his
Lars'
He's a
super.
guest star. He's a guest star in Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. He's
That's-
a secret character.
That's his super from Storm.
Yeah, he's
That's
like
nuts.
blonde and shit. Has like a red robe or armor.
Yeah, he's
pretty
the
cool.
ugliest
But yeah,
looking
because you
character.
can get that costume in Tekken 6. I do.
Mhm.
Oh, no, I think you can get it in Tekken 7 as well.
you can
Nope.
get it in 7. Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah,
It's
you can
ugly.
get it in
I don't
7
want
as
it.
well. He's got
No,
like
it's-
that
it
one.
doesn't
He's
look
got
like
like his
useful.
arm is like a golden whatever armor
Yeah.
or something
Oh,
like that. And he's
yeah,
got like
yeah.
the red robe. Yeah, oh yeah, and then he's got like that weird like moon crescent
Yeah,
thing.
the
on
yellow
top.
hair.
Yeah.
Yep, that
Gotcha.
was.
Well, that thing isn't there in 7 just because.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
It's ugly.
This is probably the best Lars has looked in a Tekken game. I mean,
From what I heard,
granted,
yeah.
he does have too much going on, and I always hate Lars because he can never look simple. They always got to put some stupid shit on him. They got to put the lion on him. Like, fuck you guys. He looks stupid. Like, stop making him look dumb.
He's
Man,
Well, I mean,
like
this is
bro.
full body armor.
This is essentially the best he's ever looked. I fuck with the white and gold. Really do fuck. I fucks with that.
He does
His
look.
hair is still-
He looks less ridiculous.
His hair is still ridiculous, and I hate it every time I look at him. So
Yeah, that man uses too much gel.
How y'all feel
That's
about all
right.
the lightning they give him?
It's a nice. I'm not gonna lie. From like him having next to like none in 7 to now, like that's a huge change, and it
Yeah.
shows that he's maturing in his style. Like he's developing more of that Mishima blood in it. Like that's where the lightning key's coming from. So like he's getting more and more of it. So you're seeing the growth of both Lars and Jin, because Jin is now controlling his demon form, right?
Mhm.
So both of them are kind of, they're getting up there and actually
Yeah.
controlling their hidden powers.
I don't know. I'm not. I didn't pay $70. I didn't pre-order this game just to get flashbang, so I don't know how I feel about it. That is, when I play ranked and all that stuff and play people, I'm like, and I see them in the loading screen, I'm like, oh, he picked Lars. That's cool. Let me put on my sunglasses real quick. Thank you very much. I don't know. It's bright, but then again, most of Tekken 8 is super bright in most spots, so it's not the worst thing. But he does look cool. He does look very out there, which is nice. I fucks with. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
The last character that they showcased was Jack 8.
You know what? Hold
Jack
on. Let me
8.
watch that trailer on my phone real quick because I heard that show was bonkers as fuck.
It was
I'm not
crazy,
gonna lie
but
to
it was
you.
also Jack.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Jack.
It was, out of all the trailers we've seen so far, it was probably one of the most boring ones for me to watch
Because it's
like
Jax.
it's Jack. Like there realistically wasn't anything crazy new that they kind of implemented into his style, other than they gave him a fucking railgun. Like I don't know what else you want to kind of go
Well,
on
like
about.
he
Yeah, come on.
is.
Damn, he's
the
armored
big-
as fuck. That's a
He's the
big
big
ass
bad.
gun.
He's like the big bad robot of most
Yeah.
video games.
Yeah.
Yes, he's always evolving. He's always changing, but he will
His
never
design is
look
tough.
like I know Anakin's out there. Fucking, he popped off. If you guys don't know who Anakin is, he's basically the guy who plays Jax. He's a pro
Yo.
player.
Yeah.
The person whoever is, he's in the top 8, and if either it's him or Majin, I root for them just because Americans don't really like get the shine in Tekken a lot. They'll make top 8 and stuff like that, but they will never win it. So whenever I see them in top 8, I just root for them. I don't care. Like I could like Knee or I could like JDCR, but like them just because they're like so representing America. But yeah, he's just a robot.
At him right
He's
now. He
Jack.
looks like he packs a fucking punch.
He
Oh,
does.
He's
Yeah, the
always,
only
that's
cool
the thing.
thing
Like
about
he's
him-
always been like that from
That's a
the
big
first
ass
iteration,
fucking
Jack
rail
6,
I
Jack
wonder-
7, like
he's
he's
dead.
been like
King
that.
just died.
He's
Yeah.
been like
King
that.
just died.
So that's
I
what
wonder
I mean.
if
Like
they
there
gave him-
wasn't anything crazy that.
I
Showed
wonder if
off
they
in
gave
that
him back his
trailer.
insta kill. Because if they
Oh,
did,
the-
that's
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know.
I'm
When he
assuming,
winds up
yeah,
his
fuck it,
arm
why
and
not?
shit.
sick. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Maybe.
Because if so, that means Yoshi has his insta kill back, and I'm chilling.
Ooh, yeah.
well, I mean, then that means like Paul's fucking death fit does 80%.
Paul's
He
death
doesn't
fist.
kill, but it'll be
Kill.
80%.
Jesus.
Yeah, but I don't know. He was the most underwhelming one. I mean, him and like Nina, just because like I don't play.
I don't play
Nina.
those characters. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, like even like King. Like I'm not gonna play King. Fuck that. I'm not gonna learn all that shit. I like
It's a
King.
lot.
You know, Mishimas are hard as shit, but I'm gonna still. I mean, Huarong doesn't get in. I'm gonna have to play one of the Mishimas.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
gonna have to
give me
learn
like
Jin.
Brian or something, you know, or Leroy. Like if Leroy's in the game and Huarong's not,
Oof.
I'm just gonna play Leroy. But yeah, it's just because I don't play. Like even Lars's trailer was sick, even though I'm never ever gonna touch that character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's a weird like it's very like an archetypal character. Like there are people who are hyped about Jax and all that. So.
Yeah, like to be honest, like Tekken has been showing a lot of characters, which is really cool. Like, all right, this is a character for this week. This is a character for the next week. Like, you know, it's kind of cool that they're showing like a lot.
I have
Yeah.
I have a copium theory. So
Oh,
hear me
There
out.
you go.
what is it?
They've been speeding up the rate that they're showing trailers, which means they're planning to show something soon, and they need to speed up the rate at which, hey, you guys need to see these characters quick, and then they show us a trailer for a release date. What if, hear me out, because the game, it looks more and more polished every time. What if
That's what
they...
trailers are supposed to do. Yeah.
Hey, shut the fuck up. What if they are showing a trailer at Evo Japan that says, hey, Tekken 8's gonna be out in June. And then they just throw on a fucking Tekken 8 thing to the Evo America thing.
No,
Tomato will happen.
No.
there's no way.
They,
There's no
first of all,
way.
they've never done that. They've never
That would
announced the game after the announcements
Hey.
of the games.
That would be
And
sick
Tekken
nasty.
7, the only reason Tekken 7 is still at Evo is because they're gonna show another trailer, another big trailer at Evo.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they did when they first released it, when they showed the craziest fucking trailer they've ever showed. Well, at least it was the announcement. It was, Tekken
The
8 is,
announcement.
is coming and all that shit.
Get ready
And
for the
the-
next battle.
Yeah, and it was
Yup.
Kazuya doing the whole getting ready for the next battle. So I feel like Tekken will probably get another big trailer with more characters that we haven't seen at Evo Japan, and then at Evo will be the release date trailer.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Now, if they do a release date trailer in Evo Japan, it will probably say 2024. So
Yeah, that seems about right.
All I was gonna say
Um,
is, does Tekken do betas once in a while or no? Are they
No.
gonna do a beta for this? No.
They
I
do.
don't
so.
think so.
They don't do
I was gonna
betas.
say, hey, fucking drop a beta or a closed beta.
And if they-
I don't know.
If their betas are, they drop arcade machines for the game in random places.
Well, I
That's
don't
what
think
they
they do that anymore. That is
I don't either.
They did it for
Technically,
Tekken 7. So,
when
maybe.
when arcades were dead yet.
yeah. If you got a round 1 near you, that's Bandai. So, they might.
Yeah.
I don't think
You
so. I
know,
think that's
I
ever
do
since
have a
COVID
round
that
one
shit
near
is
me,
shut
so-
down. So.
I don't know. We'll see.
I
Kato's
mean,
a
they could
fucking
do
freak.
betas, but also fighting games are gonna stop doing betas on PC because modders and all that mess. And
That's
Yeah.
true.
What happened with
People-
Street Fighter 6?
Oh,
what is
yeah.
known with Street Fighter 6?
No, that people still have access to the beta.
They still have the
Yeah.
fucking game, and that's really bad. I mean, it's good for like memes. Like there was a new meme about every character doing Ken's like ending pose, but instead of
Oh,
the peace
yeah.
sign, it was the middle finger, and it was
They're
the
giving up the
greatest.
middle finger. That's
And then
funny.
fucking Giles Kietis.
Get us,
Oh yeah, keep.
bro with the fat blunt. That was
Mhm.
sick.
Yeah.
That's kinda
That's a
funny.
huge problem. It's like we laugh about it because it's funny memes, but it's really a bad problem.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it's gonna suck when they don't put betas on the PC anymore, and people are like, "Well, I gotta wait until the game comes out." So,
Right.
yeah, but I mean,
Good. So, good thing they're dropping more PS5 secretly.
yes, yeah, you just gotta keep an eye out. So,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I can
if you
get
haven't gotten yourself one, do it before
What?
the end of the year because I'm pretty sure next year they're gonna release like a PS5.
And after this trip to California, I'm about to put a PS5 on layaway.
I still find it funny. This is no like shoot shade at like the consoles. It's just it's weird to me that like how much the PS5 has changed and developed in itself. Because the PS5 is an like it does amazing.
It's pretty
machines,
nutty,
it's,
yeah.
It's unreal the amount of capabilities it can do. But you always hear about the fucking problems all the time. I'm like, then what is happening with this system? And then like, what is going on with the manufacturing? With everybody trying to get some? I'm like, what's going on there? I'm like, because if it's such a crazy great system, I'm like, shouldn't y'all be pumping these things out all the time?
Yeah.
Like doing something, you know what I mean? And then the people keep coming out and being like, oh, well, then there's this issue with this play with this one. There's this issue with this one. This issue with this one. And then and like real, and they're not like small issues you can just kind of like, ah, whatever. It's like you can get past it. Like no, like people are having issues like saving their games, re-getting their downloads done, having the system fucking shut off on them while they're playing. Like what? You
Yeah,
know what I
stop,
mean? That
having
type of
your,
shit.
stop having your system sideways because
Yeah,
apparently
like,
having
yeah.
it sideways will fucking kill it. So
yeah.
You
And
gotta
so-
lock that
yeah.
bitch down.
And-
granted,
and
it would looks good standing up.
yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you have it standing up? It
Why
saves
wouldn't
your
I want my
space.
console to look like Kaiba? That doesn't make any sense. Why you design it like that and I can't have no
Exactly.
Kaiba? What's your problem?
Well, funny enough,
When we
because
in Apex and we saw that building on World's
Oh,
Edge.
yeah.
yeah,
The tower?
it was
You thought it
literally the
was-
PlayStation.
You thought that was a joke, bro? No, I want to see that shit in my room.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
I want to
It's-
have PTSD when I play my system and play the game. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Sorry.
that fucking that landing location sucked dick.
Man,
Show
y'all
some
hear
ass.
these PS5 problems and shit, but damn, you know what you don't hear from problems? The W
Oh,
bucks.
God.
You mean the one that smokes and catches on fire?
Man,
Smokes?
That was
Damn.
actually that was a hoax.
That was
That
actually that
didn't
was a
actually
hoax, which
happen.
is I thought that was real
That
too. but
never
no.
actually happened. I
Some
actually
dumbass
googled
was
that
just
shit for a
vaping.
while. I'm like, and then later found out it was dumbasses vaping into the Xbox, and they're like, can you guys please stop vaping into your Xboxes to make it smoke, please?
And what was
And
super
then-
funny,
And then PlayStation people look weird, but some of these Xbox niggas is vaping into the system. Like, where?
That's what I mean. I'm like,
You know?
bro, we have something going good here, and then y'all are just starting to fuck it
Oh,
up.
it's
Like
so
we actually had like 0 L's for such a long time, and then somebody had to go do some stupid shit, and mess it all up.
The funniest meme is fucking. It's still my favorite. Is the Xbox 360. Someone puts a piece in the middle and they smoking like it's long. That's still my favorite.
That's
one.
crazy.
I'm like, someone's lighting it up. I'm like, bro, and it's the
I feel
first
like-
model for the 360.
Yo.
Yeah, I feel like I like Xbox people are like the Xbox is just it's never a good console because it's always some shit with the people buying it that fucks it up. It's like all the just PlayStation people just buy the system. Ain't nobody
Like-
fucking smoking with it. Like what is wrong with you?
Like, I don't know.
Right.
People are like complaining. I'm just like, me and Talks, we had our fuck. I had my Xbox for like 2 years now. I'm chilling.
Bro,
It's-
I've never had a single issue
It's
with my
because people want to
Xbox
do
ever.
the most with the system because
Right.
they think it's more powerful than like a PC or something. Like
exactly.
I mean,
Was
at
it
this point, they have pretty high-end PC parts in these systems. The only issue is because they're in such a closed space and because of their like motherboards and other bullshit,
They
they
got nowhere
can't
to
do
breathe.
what PCs do. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
why the PlayStation is having issues. Is because of those fans in there. They didn't do them properly. People actually putting more fans into the system.
those are
and
the worst
making it
things
better.
about like PlayStation systems. Like those fans don't like they
Yeah.
work, but they're
If
not
that's-
strong.
That's the
No.
only issue that I've experienced with like my PS4 or PS3 is that when I
Yeah.
turned it on, I was like, I need to prepare to remove all clothing because this room is gonna get hot.
Yo,
Like yeah, the memes about like turning on a PS4 and the shit flying away. That's just funny, but I mean, if you heard one of these things like next to you, you think you in the middle of a plane. Like
It's
what's the
loud.
honestly.
You're
Even
probably
just
right,
running-
if we're going.
Even just running Netflix on a PS4, that shit is loud.
just turning it on and it goes nuts. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
like even loading up like your shit to like put like log in is just why?
Yeah.
Why are you already screaming?
like,
Mhm.
I'm surprised. Like, I mean, maybe I haven't played like a crazy game that requires a lot for the Xbox. Like, my Xbox fan has not been like, ooh, like crazy loud sounds. It's been quiet when I play like Halo Infinite or freaking like, Fortnite and shit. Like FPS games, long story short, like single player games. And I'm like, I'm surprised it didn't, like, it doesn't make crazy noises, like how PS4
Do you have yours standing up or sideways?
standing up.
Standing up?
That's
Okay,
probably
because
why.
I tried it both for a while. Like the first year I got it, I had it sitting sideways, and it seemed to be working pretty well. And then I heard people being like, "Oh no, don't be doing that." I was like, "Then why the fuck do you have little legs on the side of it so that it's supposed to sit there nice?"
No, I have it standing up.
That
I
does
always
go.
had it standing up.
And
since,
then
360.
I stood it up, and then people are like, "Don't stand it up because there's a fan at the bottom and the top, and it's supposed to have air to push all the way through." And I'm like, I'm like, okay. So I kept standing it up. Do you ever put your hand over top of your Xbox sometimes and feel the heat coming off that bitch?
little bit, yeah.
No, that shit's an oven, but it's still quiet.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah,
It's
no, it's
still
hot. Like I
quiet.
won't lie,
It's
like it's
still
warm,
quiet.
but that shit is so quiet. I thought I'm like, oh, here
Uh-huh.
we go. I'm gonna play Halo Infinite. It's just gonna sound like a freaking LAX fucking airport. But no, it's been just quiet. It is hot. I won't lie. Like it's running power, but it's just chill. While meanwhile, like I don't know how PS5 is because I never played a game on a PS5 on my own time. But I'm assuming the fans are like loud as shit if you're a PS5.
They are still loud.
Like playing God of War Ragnarok or fucking playing a new game that's
Well, I
coming out.
mean, that's if you have like shit that you've consistently downloaded. Like I've always said it when I got a PS5, I'm only playing single player games. I play multiplayer games. I'm not putting anything that's unnecessary in this fucking game. And besides, most of my single player games would probably be shit that isn't 4,000 gigabytes. Like people be playing. The first thing people get when they fucking get a PS5, they put Warzone on that mess. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Nah,
You have-
fucking Final Fantasy 16 is gonna be crazy power.
That's the only one I'm putting on it. That is the only one I'm
I
putting on it.
mean, it can be, but I don't think so. Final Fantasy games never like. are
No,
not
Final
that
Fantasy,
crazy big.
they're not big.
I
That
would
would
require crazy power because that game is
It's just
beautiful.
an
Final
RPG. It's not a
Fantasy.
fucking life experience like fucking Death Stranding or Cyberpunk. Like,
Bro, FF16 might be the reason to get the PlayStation, bro.
That's the only reason.
that's the reason I want one.
That's the only
before
reason I want
the
one.
game comes out. Like,
It's
want-
either that,
Okay.
it's either I get the PlayStation or I upgrade my PC so I can actually run it.
But that's the
Jesus
thing. It's not for PC. It's not coming out to the end of the year.
And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
my issue. I'm like, bro, do I want to like wait, or do I want to go like spend $700 on a fucking PlayStation right now?
Yeah.
Actually, they dropped the prices.
Okay, but no. Here's the
Drop
thing.
the
You gonna be
prices, that's
bringing
true.
up American prices. You might as well chalk on $200 extra when you say a price to me.
Oh yeah,
because-
hey, you haven't heard talks on his streams, but he be crying about buying shit in Canada, bro.
Ah,
He was
I
talking
hated it.
about one game, and he was talking to Sheffy about it, and I was listening, right? I was like doing something, and he was talking about, yo, man, I got all these games are like $80. I'm like, I go look at like some stores. I'm like, yo, this game is $60, $70. What the fuck he talking about? And then he hear him talking about the convergence to Canada. I'm like, yo, this nigga's getting fucked in the ass, bro.
And it's funny enough because it doesn't even matter if the dollar value goes down or up. It's always stuck at that. If your guys' games go up $10, we go up $10 equally. I'm like, that doesn't, bro. What?
Yeah.
I'm like, nah. Next thing I'm gonna go do, I'm gonna go to the States and buy some games and then come back. It's gonna be cheaper. I'm fucking sick of this, bro.
He's gonna buy his
sick of this.
PS5 in Canada and then go take a trip every few months to the States and buy some games. Bro. He's like, fuck that shit. Yeah, I don't
Think
know,
you
man.
gonna make me spend $90 for these games now? Hell no.
Yeah, when he said that, he was talking about Diablo 4, and I was like, how is it $90?
All next gen games coming out now are all gonna be $90. No,
That's disgusting. That's
I could never
gross.
live in Canada. Like, I like Canada.
Nasty.
Canada's cool. I like it being cold. But as a gamer, hell no.
Like, you gotta
Landa
drop
for
a
real.
whole bag just to play a game. Like, just think about it right now, right? Because we got Street Fighter, we got Diablo, we got Tekken, we got how many, like 2-3 other games coming out in the next, like, months or next year.
RE4.
Bro, that's like
Final Fantasy.
$500-$600 of game, like worth of games right there.
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
is.
go broke.
That is insane. Yeah, that's crazy. Canada doing that to you.
That's why I realistically don't play. That's the main reason why I don't play a lot of like different games. Or I'll only wait until they come out on Game Pass, or if I can get them for cheap. That's the only time I'm ever buying them games, because I'm not
Yeah.
buying games that I know I'm not gonna be playing like religiously for full price.
I get it. No,
I mean, that's fair. That's not really your fault. That's like out of your control. And I mean, but yeah.
Unless I had that money like that, I'd just be.
I mean, that'd be all of us. So
Right.
Man.
That's
It's
it.
been a Tekken episode. It was pretty fun going down memory lane of Tekken. Tekken's a cool ass fighting game. If you guys ever were like thinking about, oh, should I play it? Should I not play it? Or I like watching people play it. I kind of want to play it. Hey man, play the fucking game. It's tight.
Try it out.
Just press buttons. It's fun.
I'm gonna be real with you. You'll know immediately if you like it or not.
That's facts.
That's so real. Yeah.
Don't cry about it because it's hard. It's supposed to be hard. It's one of the hardest fighting games in existence. At least personally, right next to KOF, because KOF is a tough game.
Yeah.
KOF is a bitch to play.
That's why I like KOF more than Tekken, just because it's tough. But man, KOF is so much fun to watch.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, Tekken episode really good. Shout out to all my Tekken fans out there. I've seen a lot of y'all play it recently. Y'all know who we are. But yeah, we will know episode next week. Episode 20 won't come out next week. It'll come out the week after. Because the boys are going on vacation and Tux is stuck at work. So, prayers in the chat for Tux. And
if y'all want a Tox episode, he could record one.
He just talks by himself, talking to himself.
Bro,
Yo,
it'll honestly just be a random me talking about the bullshit I've been having to deal with at work. That's it. That'd
be a funny episode.
If y'all really want to see me up here ranting and talking shit about my job, everything else, like and subscribe. Leave some comments down there. We'll read them after.
Honestly, get Jew on it too, because Jew ain't going nowhere.
Man, we'll go head to head. Shoot the shit with that.
Why we hate work, episode 20.
Yeah, for real though.
Yep.
But yeah, man, that's been episode 19. It was a real good one with the boys. Prayers in it for us. Me and Calm got a flight. I don't hate flying, but man, it's a lot of anxiety.
Fuck my wallet.
It's funny.
Calm ain't flying no Spirit this time, so
No, luckily I got
Luckily,
I was just like, let me just get this shit. It was cheap for a long
was coming down. Me and Asgard saw that shit coming down, and that bitch took the fuck back off again. We're like, yo, come back! What are you doing?
Calm, no.
Came in and took right the fuck back off again.
Bro.
We're like, did he miss it? Like,
No,
what?
bro, we bounced off the ground. Pounds.
I didn't know what to think.
We were like, what the fuck?
Oh.
I don't know. That is Spirit is a demon like no other. But yeah, man. Check out all the songs from the Song of the Day. Check out Tekken 7 before Tekken 8 comes out to get you familiarized if you want to play the game, or just watch people play it. There's a ton of people streaming it. There's a ton of people making YouTube videos about it, getting ready for Tekken 8.
Follow us on all our socials and all that.
And do all that funny stuff, I guess, you know. Tell your mama, tell your kids, tell your granny about it, tell your dog's second cousin about it. Shout out to Azzy editing once again, as he always does. I love Azzy so much. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see you for episode 20. Probably the vacation episode is we'll be back. But yeah, that has been the boys. This has been the Tekken episode. We'll see ya. Peace.
Peace. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.